Joy Cooper says she's learned valuable lessons after getting entangled in a public corruption scandal nearly 2 years ago.
Following her acquittal on state corruption charges, she was reinstated this week as mayor of Hallandale Beach. This afternoon, Cooper sat down with CBS 4's Jim DeFede to talk about what the last 2 years have been like and if she's worried she might have gone to prison.
And what I've learned from the process, it's very challenging, and I do believe that many elected officials probably wouldn't have done or taking it this far.
Did you ever come close to taking a deal? I'm sure you were probably offered.
It was offered, but I said no. Absolutely not.
Did you think about the prospect of going to prison?
I had to prepare for the worst, but I always hoped for the best. I didn't do what they had said, and obviously that came out during the court trial, and many people, if they weren't in that courtroom every day listening to everything, they didn't realize all the facts. So I'm just glad the facts came out, that the jury understood the facts, understood because it was an extremely complex trial, and if somebody was never involved in a political process or understood elections or understood campaign contributions, it was a learning process for many of the jurors, I believe, too.
If you're sitting there at a table with lobbyists with a lobbyist and two developers, and they're trying to push checks on you and give you and guarantee you contributions, why not just get up from the table and say, you know what, keep your money. I don't need any of this hassle. I don't need to be put in a position like this.
Right. Well, I didn't get money from them. You know, first of all, I want to make that abundantly clear. I was running a campaign. They just happened to be people that were Alan Kozlow was representing. He was actually representing the teacher that wanted to move to Hallandale, and he was also representing another developer in the city. So I never received money from them. As a matter of fact, I was very frustrated. I mentioned earlier, I'm very open, I'm very transparent. As part of being an elected mayor, I have to meet with people. I might not necessarily like them, but if they want to do business in the city, I certainly need to be hospitable. And I rarely turn down a meeting. Now, this was the third time that, and I just finally said, I'm in the middle of a campaign. As a matter of fact, I had gotten up, I had gotten a call, a personal call, and I got up, and I at that point I was like, enough's enough. I never believed I got 1 cent from them. And
but there were some checks.
Obviously, Alan Kozlow had gotten money from it, and that came out in the trial as well. The $8,000 apparently that the FBI had given him that was supposed or purported to go to me never went to me.
Let me just ask it this way. Do you feel you made any mistakes at all in this process in terms of the meetings and the back and forth with Kozlow or with the developers?
Actually, and it'll go by a sidebar. Years ago, when I was first elected official, I actually had a meeting with Mr. Kozlow and one of his other associates on a different project. And his boss at the time, I told his boss I would never want to meet with him again. So I think the lesson learned, you stick with your gut, and you never, if you know that that's kind of the character of the individual, no. If he had to represent somebody, I felt, you know, if you have clients that are
How much did this cost you, by the way, for your defense?
Well, I had a big, hefty deposit, and my attorney's still calculating the hourly rates and all that.
50,000? 100,000?
In the hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands?
Yes.
Mayor Cooper, thank you very much for your time. Your first meeting back is on Wednesday.
You can watch Jim DeFede's entire interview with Joy Cooper Sunday morning at 8:30 on Facing South Florida.